Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Mark Isaac Potter Presents. We're visiting today with the lovely Derrick Daniels, who is so busy. I won't be mad at him if he's on his seven phones at the same time while he's doing the interview. I think he sold two policies here since I started saying hello to you all. Uh, so Derrick, how's it going over there?
Going phenomenal. Life is a blessing and a perspective.
I wish I had a picture for them of you, your picture that goes with your phone, or somewhere I saw you in a white shirt with a yellow tie and sunglasses. Quite a handsome young gentleman. Sure,
Thank
your wife is very protective of her hunk. So, what do you want to tell us about the business? Or what do you want to tell us in general? Do you want to introduce yourself as a human, or do you want
Yeah.
to not pretend being human today?
Hold up.
You're
Yeah.
you're you have that thing in your ear. You are listening to something else.
No, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just tell us whatever you want about yourself or your family or whatever.
So Joe, in general, so with my family, married, my wife and I have been married for 10 years, going on 11. We've got three kids. We've kind of, for where we were at in our lives, just focused on so many different things in some area and aspect. But biggest thing is focused on helping families really navigate their financials and really understanding how to have a better plan for themselves for now and the future.
Why don't you tell us what company you're with and what your product is? Give us some contact information, what you give out.
Yeah, yes. So I'm with Primerica Financial Services. So we do all the financials when it comes down to it. What we're servicing it like now on a big scale is the overall need for life insurance. The biggest number one thing is not having money when something happens. You lost a loved one. Now half of your income or all of the income is missing from the household. A big burden in that. There's like $1 trillion plus debt deficit when it comes to our country, but there's that same need for life insurance. If everybody had that life insurance they need, that $1 trillion debt deficit would start to dwindle down very quickly, right? And
Okay.
that's one big focus we're heading into. But really, the prime focus is savings right now. If we could
Okay.
help people save on things like auto and home insurance, things like just budgeting and saving in general overall on the stuff that everybody has to pay for, legally you got to drive with auto insurance, right? You got to have homeowners insurance, but nobody's really
How do
kind of
you
speaking to
convince
all those things.
how do you convince the young people that it's very wise for them to get into a policy while they're young, while their payments I think their payments in certain programs are payments lock in at a low rate if they start early, right?
Absolutely.
So
When
if
it,
you
when it,
try to get some kinds of insurance at age 20, you're going to pay a hell of a lot less all those years than if you try to lock it in at age 45. So,
exactly.
but how would you say to them to try to wake them up?
Honestly, it's asking them the certain specific questions. Like even if Mark, if we were to imagine, we're, you're 20 years old, I'm 20 years old, I'm helping you, you're helping me in life in general. Everybody's busy. And let's say Mark, 20 years from now, you're married, yeah, you're building a business, your kids and everything, and life's busy. And you're about finally looking at life insurance. The cost is going to be way higher when you're 40 versus when you're 20. And you could lock it in at a really high amount of coverage for a really low cost basis because you're healthy, you're young, you can do all these different things. I recommend doing so, and we would be able to help them understand why the value is there. Because let's say you passed away, Mark, and you have no kids, no marriage, nothing like that going on. There's somebody in your life you care about most. Your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle. they're going to need some financials already. Who's the number one person in your life that could use some things financially that you care about most?
Mhm.
And if you pass away, you leave behind that benefit. And that's one of the reasons why we do recommend, very, very much recommend single individuals get life insurance. Not necessarily saying they have to have a million coverage or 500,000, but enough, at least 150,000 is what we usually kind of ballpark it for somebody young and single.
All right. Now, what cases folks, you must know, remember by now, I was in insurance for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, not you. Well, both of you and the audience. When do you suggest to people that they do what used to be called whole life, and when do you suggest they do term or term plus annuity or something? What differentiates those things?
Yeah, so it's a great question. So when it comes down to the whole life policies, we really don't recommend whole life policies at all. And reason being is typically number one, they usually cost 10 times, 8 to 10 times the amount you'd pay for a term policy, right? The next thing is you're usually going to be paying for something and not really getting both benefits, right? So you pay for the death benefit and a cash value savings, but unfortunately in that policy there's the fine print and people just don't know how it really works, right? Then they say
Okay.
also you've got some growth inside of there. It's really only going to gain anywhere from 1 to 3% gain. Maybe if you're lucky, you get a 4%, but usually it's 1 to 3% gain inside that policy. And so these are just some very big factors. One of the biggest factors for sure, though, is as you go on in life, your age gets up there. The cost of the policy continues to grow with your age. And that's a big, big, big problem, especially when people are trying to retire and they maybe don't have enough to retire. And now all of a sudden
Right.
your policy is three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine times the cost it was before per month. So those are big, big, big issues with these policies. And it's the investing outside of the policy and actual investment products that get people where they need to go is the key. Because if you didn't have to have life insurance, you really want to pay a premium every month. Like everybody's favorite premium of cost is $0, right?
Okay.
So that's
Are
and
you allowed to sell in any state in the union or not?
yeah, so we work in all 50 states, and we basically help people just understand the education piece behind it first, right? We're not here to sell you a policy. We're here to educate you on what it is we do and how it is we can help you, and the real benefits in our policies. And then the next thing is truly understanding the detailed plan of their house financially, right? So,
Now, how
so
can people get in touch with you?
You can reach me by phone number or email. My phone number would be 904-290-0772. My email would be djdaniels, DANIELS 121914
Okay, now I've been doing this more than 20 years,
Right, right.
embarrassingly long, more than 20 years. What I want you to do next, you usually don't do. I want you to slow down,
hmm
B, repeat both pieces of information slowly 2 or 3 times each.
Okay, perfect, perfect. And I don't normally I don't
Just pretend you had some nitrous oxide at the dentist office.
I'm experienced with that too, by the way.
All right, give us that stuff again.
Right, we'll do. So phone number, you can reach me at 904-290-0772. Again, that's 904-290-0772. And my email is going to be djdaniels. Daniels is spelled DANIELS 121914 at gmail.com. That's
All
again
right.
DJ Daniels, DANIELS 121914
All right, folks, this has been a visit with Mr. Derrick Daniels. I'm hoping he'll come on in the future again, and we're going to see you folks next time. Mr. Daniels, thank you for sharing some of your day with us.
Absolutely.
Take care, young man.
Thanks for having me on. I
Talk
appreciate
to you
it.
soon.
We'll talk soon.
All right, boss.